What's going on, everyone? Back to my old setup. If you guys remember this desk, it shows up in a lot of my videos. That other one, it seems a lot like yellow to me for some reason, so I don't really like vibe with it anymore. But that's besides the point, guys. There's been some weird, it's not really crazy, but it's only crazy if it's real, okay? This leak for the 2019 iPhones could potentially be my favorite thing that comes out next year besides maybe Touch ID, but I think these two are kind of closely related, and you will probably, once I explain it, it'll make more sense to you. So recently a patent just came out that actually shows Apple using a touch sensitive back on their phone. So that means if you guys remember like the PlayStation Vita, things like that, pretty much like the back would be touch sensitive already, like it's like such a fingerprint magnet, but pretty much you'd be able to, such as the PS Vita, you'd be able to interact with the device with things like that through the back of the device. So with the PS Vita, for example, there were a lot of games out there that would allow you to like go and mess with the back and change up things and utilize the back, even though it wasn't like you couldn't play the games through the back of the phone. It's basically like more immersive if you do something like that. And apparently some type of technology is probably going to be in next year's iPhone. Now it could be possible it's not coming next year, it could be coming the year after or something like that. But quite possibly we could see that technology at some point. So that's pretty crazy. That's the first thing, right? So it's like, okay, whatever, the touch sensitive back, what does that mean? So quite possibly in iOS 13, we could see some new ways of us utilizing the back of the phone to possibly use gestures and things like that in order for us to actually interact with the phone even better. So some gestures could be like, if you swipe down, you could go get into like a status bar, you could swipe down on the control center, things like that. Because right now we don't really have access to that, because if you scroll down anywhere on the home screen or whatever, you actually are not able to swipe down on the control center or the status bar. You can only swipe down like this to get into reachability, and that's about it. I could see Apple actually creating some sort of gesture-based thing with the back of the phone that could utilize that. That's really the main thing I could see them doing. I don't think you could actually go and use the back of the phone as like a swiping mechanism. I think you can maybe. I know some phones out there, the phone manufacturers allow you to switch up that and actually use like on Android phones, the back of the fingerprint sensor to switch through pages and things like that. And that's actually really, really cool. So if Apple could implement something like that onto this, that'd be super sweet. Now, that's kind of hoping for the best. What they're probably most likely going to use it for would probably be to somehow put a fingerprint sensor on the back of the phone. On most devices, on most normal devices, they usually put the fingerprint sensor around this area, most likely around like where the Apple logo is. So they could possibly put the fingerprint sensor right there. But what I think they could do if they really want to stand out is maybe make like a whole block of this phone, maybe like right there, as like a fingerprint sensor. So as soon as you take out your phone, you can put your finger anywhere in that space and it'll be able to register. That's probably what I think they would utilize this for if it's real, if the leaks are real. Most likely we will see an inbuilt fingerprint sensor and built into the screen, just like the OnePlus 6T, just like the now rumored Galaxy S10 coming to life in like a couple months, Galaxy S10. Devices like those are already going to have inbuilt fingerprint sensors. And I know almost like 99% fact the iPhone XS of 2019, the 2019 iPhone 11, whatever, is going to have Touch ID of some sort into the device. It would just have to, because if it doesn't, then it's already like years behind of what other phones are already doing. But there's kind of a problem with this is if you actually use a case, like I use a case all the time, my Apple silicone case is one of my favorite cases ever. If you use a case on your device, would you be able to utilize the gesture-based thing if it's real? That's the only way that, if I'm saying if it's real, with the PlayStation Vita, you had to have certain cases with it. The whole back wasn't touch sensitive. It was only certain parts of it, but still cases had to be morphed into a way that would not cover the whole entire device, and some parts of it would be showing. So if they were to do that same thing here, I'm sure they would have to block off that whole entire access part to still be able to utilize that gestures based or whatever type of thing, because you will not be able to do it through a case. At least I don't think so, unless Apple develops a way to do it where it's like super, super sensitive. It can go through a case. But if you think about it, the possibilities are kind of endless, but also like it's just really based on the software, how well the software is going to be to implement and utilize the hardware that it has. The last couple of years, as we stated, Apple's been pretty stagnant in terms of updates and everything like that. They haven't been stagnant. They really haven't been doing crazy things. So hopefully with iOS 13 and the new hardware that we should be getting, it'll be super crazy and Apple can go ahead and like create some crazy new things and make their stock price go way up, so then we all can make some more money. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a quick one. I'm super excited for the 2019 iPhones. Pretty much they're going to look exactly the same as this one, but these new hardware things that are coming out, hopefully they can go and create some crazy new things. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate if you guys could go and check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.